What is up, my fellow crackers? I am back. Alright, so I said I was gonna do a horror game after R6, and my friends chose Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know how they convinced me to do this shit, bro. I'm running it up though. Brady? Oh yeah, we running the shit. We running the shit. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might drawing to herself. I can't read. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to talk and go to school together on. What am I playing? I can't curse right now. It's under. Oh, no, never mind. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, we oversleep more and more frequently and get tired of waiting up. Or she's gonna chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Hiya, hiya! I overslept again. Whoopsies! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eh? You say like that when you're thinking about ignoring me? I'm not doing these voices no more. That's mean, Brady. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, so Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near the streets, we become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Brady, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you I'm already not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sari likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Real. That's real. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you would. He's playing Rivals. Alright, we're not going to talk about that. Why am I playing this? Who said this was a horror game? Socialize or having skills required for college. Your happiness is really important to me. And I know you're happy now, but I would die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. What does that mean? In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Fuck no. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. It sounds sexual. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School do- the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. That's a lie. It's like popcorn reading all over again. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs? Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Get this little girl out my fucking face. Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting in here. I didn't mean to do that. Spacing out, so I came in. Wait, you're telling me if I right click, it just takes this space away just so I could look at this lower part? This is a Gooner game! Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. You know what? Well, that you can come to my club. No! Sayori. Yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Real shit, speak on that. Speak on that expeditiously. Meanie. I can't speak like her. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after all of the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Oh my god. Eehee. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I'll let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake. It's fair. Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school I rarely visit, being generously used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. She's kind of bad. Girl 1. Sayori always says nice things about you. I'm good with the huzz. Oh my god. Seriously, you bought a boy? This bitch wanna square up. I swear to god. Way to kill the atmosphere. I'll catch you outside. Ah, Brady, what a nice surprise. She tall as shit. What is she, 6'2"? You could be a star point guard for the fucking Lakers. Get out of here. Welcome to the club. I'm not in your fuck ass club. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I count 2. And one of them could be a starting point guard. No. What are you looking at? Not you. Your chest looks like mine. Bird. If you want to say something, say it. You ugly as shit! Sorry. Natsuki. Huh? Get this bitch out of here. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. She don't even go here. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. I'll fuck with the purple hair chick. She low-key chill. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Mature. Alright. Ah well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Yes, sirree. It's great to see you again, Brady. I don't think smiling is bending your hips and showing your entire ass. I'm no expert, but like when I smile, I don't flash the camera. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Come sit down with me, Brady. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Get your... I swear, this chick needs to calm her Rudy Tooty ass down. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Sure, buddy. Then how about I make some tea as well? You know what? I would really like that. Thank you. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walked over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. What's in the closet? Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. God damn it. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Can I slap her yet? Ta-da! I have to make that noise. Ooh, wah! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Okay. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. I don't care. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. I'm about to cry. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. You clumsy... I ain't gonna say shit. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Whoa, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. Get her ass out of here. I thought you technically... I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. Get this shit out of here. But not for you. No, you dummy. I can't read this. I don't speak this chick. This chick is ass. Get her out of here. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. You should, twin. You should. You gotta get out of here. Run as fast as you can. Run away from me, babe. Alright. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in a classroom? That is odd. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. That wasn't what I asked, you dumb. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Yeah. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As a president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. I get that. That makes sense. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Absolutely. Monica is a really great leader. What is she, like is she the queen of the club? Like, what the fuck? Yuri also nods in agreement. Does she lead the both of them? Then I'm surprised more people aren't in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort out there to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best! Yeah! You know it! Yeah! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. The four people. Alright. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. That I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Brady, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. That is not gonna get you the huzz, gang. What are you speaking of? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Trace the rim of her teacup with her finger. Shh. Alright. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. So, manga. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Oda and One Piece, maybe? And telling a good story in such a foreign world is especially impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her ratings. She seems so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me so well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. And I read a horror book once. Really. I desperately grasp something I can't relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wasn't expecting that, Yuri. Is this a horror game? I was told this is a horror game. Alright, that beat's tough. I can keep going. Someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, even if it's only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Alright, you fucking hater. Why don't you just go jump, buddy. Just go jump. How are you gonna yuck someone else's yum, twin? That's not cool, bro. Oh, why is that? Well, never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? Well, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. What was she writing? What was she writing? Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Well, then them bitches are ugly. Your poem sucks. Your cupcakes suck. Sari slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. This is most certainly a horror game. I am deeply disturbed. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? Well, why don't you just go jump off the Empire State Building? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No, no. Hatsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. She just blatantly insulted you, and you're over here meat writing? That's insane. Get her meat out your mouth. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Yeah, share your work. Share your work, twin. Is your work on OF? Please tell me. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Aw, aw. We all sit in silence for a moment. This guy. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Brady? Sure. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I'll bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry that I thought, Brady, you all. I'm fun. Lock in! Lock in! What are you doing? That is, if writing the poem is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right? Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Are we dead ass? One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Alright, I don't mind that. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we could officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem, bring the next meeting so we could all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Brady, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yay! Eehee! Oh my god. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Brady, since we're all already here, do you want to walk home together? Oh my. That's right, Sayori and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Work? Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the best chance to go closer to one of the girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Most certainly, brother. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh yeah. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem most. Alright, so, Infinite. Treasure. You know who I'm going for. That purple hair chick bad. Philosophy. Puppy bliss. Excitement. Chocolate. Insight. Set kitty. Aura. I'm auraful, chat. I'm auraful. Kawaii. What's Kawhi Leonard have to do with this? Joy, clumsy, romance, melody, raindrops. That's a weird word. I'm gonna pick that one. Huh. Don't need to talk about that one. Beauty, graveyard, heartbeat, determination. Determination. That looks like a big word. Fireworks. Oh yeah. Uncanny. I like Uncanny Valley. It's a cool little horror genre. Tragedy. Atone. Melancholy. Kiss. After marriage. Boop. Nation foot FT. And fall. That's a big word. Contamination. Sure. I've lost all plot. I don't know what this is about. A daydream. Uncontrollable. Broken. Vertigo. Why are these guys hopping? Rain cloud. Hi, Brady. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Real shit. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Brady. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Why does she keep using big words? Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Fuck you! How about that? Siri told me you didn't even want to join this club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan just to come to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then we won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. She's probably fucking... She's probably a high school DxD person. If you can call him that. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Brady always gives his best as long as he's having fun. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. You're right, I am dependable. I am that guy. Siri, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Brady become good friends too. Um, Sayori? Hmm. You say why am I playing this game? Why am I playing this game? Alright, I'm gonna continue. Oh ho. Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it was really not. What do I do? I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't like to make it be like... This game is way too much reading for me. Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. I pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted to. Abso-fucking-lutely. She's bad! I don't care what any of y'all say. We running that shit. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? That's what I'm saying. She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice in her tense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. What's in that damn closet? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think that she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. This is a horror game, by the way. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't be noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Bro. This is like an easy layup. The mid lane, wide open. Like, wide open. Just drive down the lane. Lay that bitch up. It's buckets every time. You cannot screw this up. Look! She's already blushing! I sound like a creep, but yeah. This is in the bag. This is easy buckets. It's like free throws. They're free. SGA to the free throw line. Peak. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. Is it that she fucks with you? Because that's fairly obvious. I'd definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have had a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure you didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like she's going to be a nice story, but so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles. Ha ha. So you're not a fan of that sort of thing, Brady? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these books of stories. Or kind of stories. So don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. So she's shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a whole strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they want to have their own goals, their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling on, aren't I? No, please continue. I'm very interested. Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Good fucking going. You just made your own defender. What are you doing? Well, I guess if it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put to my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I'll slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Haha. Yeah, are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just that something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. When is the horror even gonna come? Pause. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Alright, I'm taking the shiesty off. Alright, I'm done with it. Alright. Start the prologue. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company, it's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not even a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. We're putting in work now. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Look at her go. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Oops. Once we lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Aw, that's sweet. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. It's game time now. I'm like prime brawn. What you talking about? Yuri takes her left arm and holds it to the left side of the book between her thumbs and her fingers. What are they reading? You can't even see the book. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. The way I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips her to side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. You can't be distracted. You have to lock in on the bucket, gang. Lock in. You know what? Get the small salts out. That really locks you in. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we locked in, boys. We locked in. We locked in. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I'm a bit distracted right now, I must say. I'm messing. I thought I'd get a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. Well, this timid facade might be the best way to get this bucket. Because we would have something in common at that point. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I had to turn it on my own volition. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumbs gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a little silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's a little more blunt in a lot of ways, but she almost second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I could see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. Alright, start speaking in big words. You got that? That's a bucket. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Brady, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Ah! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, sparing from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess we'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own in time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, I did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh my god. I think it was Yuri, that purple haired chick I was talking to. That's a move. You seem the most you should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. That is the purple hair chick. Oh yeah. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Aha! Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use a lot of your imaginary and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, it's a huge compliment coming from you. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as it breaks it more down thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I have been through that myself, and I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they make their style very deliberate. Big words. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course. Of course. I mean, of course. That's not something you can really be blamed for. There are so many different kinds of skills and techniques that go into writing, even as a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example. And trying new things. Yay! Try new things, guys! I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing with my life, bro? What am I doing? I also hope that everyone else in the club gives valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased, though. I know. That pink-haired bitch. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I would love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, that isn't supposed to be literature club. I can't read cursive! Ghosts Under the Light. The 10... Just read it, gang. I've been reading too much all day, bro. There you go. You can pause it if you want. I'm sorry, I should have... You should be sorry. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. but it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? I don't know what's with all these eh? Are we Canadian? What are we doing? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Brady. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did. Only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being more symbolically compared to the ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Another A. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah, ah, ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Brady. Oh yeah, keep doing your best for me, baby girl. That's what I'm saying. Ah, me too. Do I have to do the pink hair girl? I'll do Monica, I guess. Hi, Brady. Having a good time so far? Yep. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things that we could do better, I'm always listening. You're always listening, that's scary. Is that the horror part? Is that the singular horror part in this entire fucking video game? Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow. I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Brady. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Here you go. Great job, Brady. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. That is the most ungenuine thing I've ever heard. At least try. At least try a little bit. Just a little bit. It's truly metaphorical. I know full well we ain't do shit metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go that far for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when the readers are left to deserve their own meaning out of it, or derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze one of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much, Brady. Or about that. You do your own thing. I'm gonna do my own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. Again, trying new things? When's the horror? I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. What do you mean by that? Trying different things a lot? Bro knows ball. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. Something. That's the best way to find the style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? No. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know if I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out of the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Wait, let me just dry off my fingers. Good job! So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, it's kind of like the art style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems that have been putting emphasis on the timing between the worlds and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. Yeah, you kind of fill me in? Just a little fill in? It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Okay, pal. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah! I guess I'll go with the neighbor. I'm really dreading the fucking Natsuki one. Just skip these two. I'm not gonna skip. Are you sure it's not that good? I'm gonna speed through these ones. I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, let's be honest. I was afraid you'd do this seriously. I want it all. You know, I'll just look at her poem. These long ass conversations. Yep. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rain? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay? Shit's ass. You suck. She wait till the morning to write this. You tried your best. Oh my god. Brady, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. I should put effort into this. Think I'm stupid? Fuck you! Man, fuck you! Put effort. Yep, we put effort, buddy. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyways. I'd tell you what to improve on, but you're better off just trying again. Fuck you. Fuck you, buddy. Fair enough. Well, to each our own. Well, to each our own, I guess. I'm gonna share mine now. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sneak, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try. That. You're shitting on my poem? You're shitting on my poem. What is that? A third grader can think of that. You're as shallow as a kiddie pool, you pink-haired bitch. I'm sorry. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. No, you don't. I'm skipping this shit. I'm sorry. I can't do this. I'm gonna flip my table. This is genuinely more frustrating than any shooter game, FPS game, all of it. So this is a literature clip. I sigh. Across the room, Siri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrows in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Yeah, you don't understand, you pink. Calm down. Calm down, Brady. Did you say something? Oh no, it's nothing. Yeah, screw you, buddy. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? You just said a bunch of things animals can do. And then you said that's about it at the end. Shut up! It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Yeah, screw you, Natsuki. I was looking for a jet. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. That's the wrong fucking idea. You idiot! You're stupid! Which people did, by the way. No, they didn't. Sari liked it, and Brady did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Well, she didn't like yours. You bitch. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but it's been a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly interesting. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, Yuri! Let him know! Shut that bitch down! Which I haven't yet. And Brady liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh? I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... You're just jealous that Brady appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. My advice more... Yourself. If it's between the two of them, I'm picking Yuri every time. Because screw that pink-haired little shithead. Everyone okay? Well, you know. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brady started showing up. Okay? That's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting... Shut the fuck up, Sarah. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they didn't notice I was standing there. Brady! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. Yepers. What's the point of making your poems convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have it to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Brady. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is only unnecessary. Limiting yourself is also a waste. You understand that, right, Brady? Well, how did I get dragged in this first place? It's not like I know any of them about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. That's not an excuse to be so mean. You should pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not happening to y'all. Yuri wouldn't even take my parent. Seriously. I understand, Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer with no secret that I wasn't. It's no secret that I was impressed. Less. But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it away too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough, yeah. Yeah, apologize, you pink fucker. Lunch your fish all you want. Nobody has to take her side. She's trapped at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps me take a walk. It helps to take a walk to clear my head. Sorry, she really does need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Yeah, it'll spare me from a lot of things. Thank God. I wish I'm supposed to put my hand throws in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't need that across the room. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How can I even not forgot? Yeah. Yippers. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Brady, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of the club now. Or it's nothing. one more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. That's a good idea. Please do. And I don't mind the size difference. That's fine. That's fine with me. Make enough for me for more than one person, okay? Why do they have me playing this game? Why do my friends have me playing this game? Are they really my friends? Awesome. Okay, so do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, what a wonderful... Alright, I did learn more about the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Brady, ready to walk home? Yes, sir! Truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori. About what happened earlier. What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. Actually, the first time I've seen them fight like that, I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. Brady, it's nice that I get to spend so much time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an intentional monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah, let's do this. This is where I'm finna end it, gang. We finna do more of this? Maybe. If my friends convince me. But all y'all are worth something. All y'all have innate value under God. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, shit.